Hey guys, Jengar here. It is boat time. We are in a flying boat, and that is always fun, at least most of the time. The Americans in this patch have received a new hydroplane, the PBM-1 Mariner, and this might look familiar. Yes, it is lend-lease for the Soviets, the BE-6, which the Soviets developed further, so that thing has better engines and better guns and stuff like that. But this is the plane it is based on, and this one sits at 2.0 battle rating, and it doesn't have a backside. Well, it does have a backside, but it's not covered. God damn, that poor gunner over there, he must have had some trouble. He's not wearing a mask either, so yeah. Well, anyway. Must be cold. He must be freezing his balls off. But that aside, this thing, with the sturdiness that we all know from the BE-6 and 5 50 cal turrets, is quite the boat. Boat life is good with this thing. I had a shit ton of fun yesterday evening flying this for a few spins and had some great results and a good view of the plane for you as well. Let's get into it a little bit, because this is definitely a plane that is worth your time and your money. The maximum speed in this plane at sea level is 254 kilometers an hour, and with WEP 264. Now that is not a lot. This is a slow plane, and it rivals some of the slower planes in the game. So yeah, you have that. That is an issue, but well, you can live with that. Good luck getting any higher though. The climb rate on this plane is atrocious, and it is very difficult to get to 4500 meters. I didn't have the patience for it, to be honest. Just that is just the way it is. I mean, I was I don't know, I think I climbed 10-15 minutes, and I wasn't even close to 4500 meters yet, so I decided to leave it. It's gonna be slower as we're flying on 4500 meters now. I can give you an estimation of maybe 215, 220-ish without WEP, and 225-ish with WEP maybe. And then even higher you're gonna be even lower. But I don't think it's easy to get to 6500. Top speed in a dive is 370 kilometers an hour before she redlines, and 450 before she rips apart. Now the pontons rip off at around 430, 440-ish. About the same as the BE-6 actually. So yeah, there is that. Now we're going to take a lot of damage here, but we're going to give as good as we get. This plane is a beast when it comes to taking damage. Absolutely fantastic. Control stiffening, well, that's not really an issue. The roll rate in the plane is already bad, and once you put her in a dive, it's gonna be terrible. So I didn't find any ticks in the roll rate for that, because you just rip before you can notice that. So there is that. Stall speed in the plane is actually quite nice with 90 kilometers an hour, which is quite good. The firepower in the plane is great. You have 5 turrets, and they are all 50 cals, 12.7mm M2 Browning machine guns with 350 to 400 rounds per gun. You also can equip this plane with bombs, obviously, it's a bomber. You have bomb loads. You have 12 times 100 pounds, 6 times 250, 6 times 500, 4 500s plus 2000s, and 4 1000s, and that are the bomb loads. I was running with 4 times 100 for the base bombing, and then trying to use it as a gunship. As you just saw, 3 kills in that encounter with a little bit of a flammability on my left wing fuel tank, but they went out, which is good. The fire was closed, and the plane is still in one piece. It's a very sturdy plane, and the accident of a fire will not necessarily bring you down. So yeah, know that, and defend yourself as good as you can with those 50 cals. They really work well at this battle rating. The ammo loads are very good, so that's nice. Acceleration in the plane. In a straight line is atrocious. In a dive it's just bad. The engines on this one are a little bit less good than the BE6, so you're not gonna have the same performance there. Energy retention in the horizontal is bad, and in the vertical it's atrocious. Doesn't really perform well there. You just want to fly this plane basically in a straight line, turn a little bit. Potentially, I still got to take those lessons in bomber flying from Hitman, one of the best bomber pilots in the game. Yeah, be aware that it takes some time, and this is a great plane, just with the guns and just a plain old fly style like I have at the moment in bombers. Climb rate in the plane is atrocious. Doesn't climb very well. It's very difficult to get to altitude, so don't drop too much altitude. Just stay on altitude and try to add a little bit more to it, and then see what you can do once planes start to attack you. Turn time in the plane is bad. Average with flaps. The flaps already rip off at 450. Sorry, I said that incorrectly. 340. 340. So that's all right for the slow speed this plane has. You can use flaps basically without ripping them off, and that is very nice. You really got to put it in a dive, and you're already very close to the red line before the flaps run off. Roll rate. It does actually influence the stability of the plane quite heftily, so don't rip off the flaps if you're close to the ground or something. Usually you should not be. Overall maneuverability is bad. Roll rate as well. She can roll, and that is good for a big bomber like this. She can roll over her axis with a full bomb load. Some big bombers cannot do that. This one can, but it's still bad. Overheating in the plane is present, but manageable. And the durability in this plane is absolutely fan-freaking-tastic. It can soak tons of damage, as you just saw, and you will see again in this match. She doesn't climb very well, so from the bomber spawn she gets, it's not a strategic bomber spawn that she gets, so you don't get the high spawn of the Sunderlands that are in my squad here, but you get a tactical bomber spawn, and that is 1,000 meters less high, and you're gonna miss that 1,000 meters, really. That extra 1,000 would be fantastic for this plane, as it cannot really climb on its own power, not well in any. So yeah, tactically you're always gonna meet the fighters somewhere. And then the durability, the survivability of this Mariner, this PBM, is very nice, very nice. And you can take a lot of damage. Knowing that is good, but problem is you don't have armor protection on the plane. Not a lot. And I thought it was nothing actually. I watched it when I started flying it, but I kind of half forgot. I watched a few other planes, but I think there's no armor protection on the plane, and that means that your gunners are vulnerable. And that can mean the difference between death and life. But of course, if you lose your gunners, in this encounter with this, I get 2 hits on him that could easily have been crits as well with the 50 cals. You just gotta be a little bit lucky when it comes to that, but he kills 2 or 3 of my gunners in this pass. As you see here, turret, non-combat capable turrets, and the left side turret here, or the right side turret, is still alive, but the right one is dead, I believe, and the top turret is dead, and the back turret is dead. So yeah, problem. So yeah, you have that sometimes, but he shot 3 of my gunners in one pass. That also happens. In the last match it didn't happen at all, but in this match I had that problem. So yeah, I had to make some maneuvers, and my buddy here, Maxi, saved my ass. Otherwise I would very definitively have been dead right there. Anyway, guys, it's a great plane. Don't get me wrong. It has its downsides, but it is a real porcupine. This plane is used as a base bomber and as a gunship on your way home or on the way there. With those 5 50 cal turrets, that is quite a good firepower on the 2.0 battle rating. You can of course also get down tiers to 1.0 here. I didn't get that, but I got my own battle rating and above. But she's good there as well. As I said, she's very sturdy, very survivable, which is good. And you get good bomb loads. 4 1,000 pound bombs is good for 2 bases at least. And it's just very nice. And then the gunship part of the plane is also good, with a good spread on the turrets. 2 on the side, 1 on the top, 1 in the back, 1 in the front. It's a great spread. You just don't have anything facing downwards, but the frontal and the back gunner can point down fairly far, so there is that. And all in all, that is all quite good, and I really like the plane as she is, as a bomber, base bomber, gunshipping. A lot of fun I had yesterday. I wish I could have played a little longer, but it was already late. But enough footage to show you what the strong points are and the downsides, and you will see here another downside, because the majority of the fuel tanks are actually in the belly of the plane, and belly landing here we are slowing down to 170 here, 160 before we touch the ground, 150 actually, and boom, we're dead. Oh my god. Well, let's look at the result screen for that 3-kill match. Oh, and we've got a nice surprise. We've got a talisman here for the B-34. Nice, huh? That's a nice talisman to get. Anyway, we got rank does not matter, the best squad, terror of the sky, balancer, bulletproof, 30,000 silver lions and 5,000 research points. Quite nice for a plane like this. Awesome. Hey guys, so here we are after the match. This plane is lovely. The PBM-1 Mariner 2.0 battle rating. Same basic plane as the BE6, or other way around. BE6 is based off this plane Lend-Lease. And this is a fantastic sturdy plane at its battle rating. I mean, the BE6 is already sturdy at its battle rating, which is 5.3 or something, 5.7, I don't remember. And this one is 2.0, so it's going to be a lot more difficult for the planes that face you to shoot this thing down. 550 cal turrets, of course it's not the 23mm, hey, but that's Russia at a much higher battle rating. 50 cals, 550 cal turrets, I love it, man. Maybe they could have had a double one in the back, but this is fine, this is fine, I'm not complaining. You get a lot of result from those gunners, he's very sturdy. The performance and all that jazz is not too great, but just as he is with bomb loads for 1,000 pounds, 5 turrets with 50 cals in them, and then the sturdiness of the plane gives you a recipe for a lot of fun. This is base bombing gunship action, and in a squad with this thing, or with a few Sunderlands like I had with Maxi and the others, you can have so much fun in this boat. So as I said before, boat life is good, and if you have the Americans as one of your main nations, you should definitely go and unlock the PBM-1 Mariner, because this plane is a joy to fly. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button, become part of this community. If you are already a subscriber, don't forget to like the video, do leave me a comment, and if you really feel like helping out today, make sure to share the video with your friends and let them know about the channel.